Ah yes, Anistar City, home to a crappy gym. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 7, maybe 8 houses. That's fun. Population of about, 12? And yet it's home to one of Pokemon's great mysteries. Their Sundial. What does this thing do? What is it for? I mean, it's pretty. You upgrade your Mega reading from it somehow, but what else is there? Is it just here? Well, no. It's not. It's serving a purpose, and I have actually figured out what it is. I'm pretty sure, at least. Okay, first of all, you can tell from this giant pink crystal, it's got something to do with Diancie. I mean, there's not much you can do to deny that. Everyone knows it's connected with Diancie. However, you also notice some hoops, or rings. Golden hoops. Oh, look at that. Hoop has got golden hoops. So yes, we can connect this as well to Hoopa, and there's actually a golden hoop right in here too. And I don't know what that is. That's more like an arch. Not the best timing for me to do this. So, we got it connected to Diancie and Hoopa. Golden rings that spin around one at a time. After the sunlight goes through and hits this little orb in the center, providing it with energy. I'm sorry about the birds. Yeah, provides it with energy. Then the rings, one by one, start circulating. So apparently whatever this energy source is, it's going slowly. Starts up slowly, just like steam. And you know who uses steam? Volcanion. Volcanion uses steam. Look at that. Just look at that. Colossus' legendary trio, who originally had no connections whatsoever, have been brought together by this sundial. Well, at least we say it's a sundial. But if you've actually ever seen a sundial, this ain't no sundial. It's not. It is nothing like a sundial. Instead, what I think is that it's much more like an energy source created by the three: Diancie, Hoopa, and Volcanion, who's the coolest one of the three, by the way. Okay, so to concentrate the energy from the sun, you've got to have the hoop. The hoop is necessary, but to hold this hoop in place, you kind of need a crystal. Oh, and the hoops are also collecting energy from the movement. That's, the whole point. But to hold this in place so it can capture that sun and point it here, you gotta have that big crystal. But to have these things move in the first place, as the sun warms it up, the steam gets more and more powerful, moves the rings more and more energy is created, and boom. Cooperation, and everybody gets energy. Except, but the problem is there's an anime. Whoops. Sorry about that. There's an anime. And in the movie, this thing's been losing its power. So the question is, why would it be losing power if it's got this thing to help it out? Well, let's look at our trio again. Diancie looks pretty trustworthy. Volcanion doesn't look like it has the brains to pull anything trickery off. And then the one that is trickery incarnate. What I'm thinking here is that Hoopa, being the devious little thing it is, told the others that, hey, we can create an energy source and all become a heck of a lot more powerful if we just make ourselves this thing. Not a sundial. Not a sundial. And so they made it. Yeah, we get some energy. That's cool. That cool, man. That cool. And then, if you notice, Koopa's portals always connect to, other hoops. Always golden rings. Well, Diane, you don't have no golden rings. You're pretty close, actually. You're pretty close to golden rings, but not quite. Ever wonder why there's just 2 random hoops on Hoopa's ears and one around its waist, particularly one around its waist? Well, that's because that's where it gets its energy, from these hoops. Or potentially just from the sunlight shining through this hoop, and the rest was made purely to trick these 3. So it gets the energy from all damn hoops, and then it can turn into this thing, which is scary. And by the way, that's its middle finger. Just letting you know, it's flipping you off. I did not do that on purpose. It's the only picture I could find. And so yeah, this devious little thing just tricks other legendaries, and since it's got portals, it can escape. And its trio can't really do anything because it's more powerful than they are now. And that's cool, man. These 3 legendaries, at first they had absolutely nothing to do with each other, and now they're brought together by this thing, by this little jerk. Is your mind not blown yet? Oh, and speaking of mind blown, if you have normal vision, you will see Albert Einstein. But if you're nearsighted, you'll see Marilyn Monroe. And if you step back a little bit, you will, if you can see Albert Einstein now, just take a few steps back, you'll see Marilyn. I've actually tested this, it's true, it's cool. I don't know if you can do it here, I don't know if you'll be able to find the picture, but it's cool. Anyway, so yeah, the mystery of the Anistar City Sundial has been solved. First of all, it ain't never done anything that a sundial does. And it was created, not from space, but from these 3. And that is cool. So, mystery solved. That's fun. That's fun. Good day. What? No, not a good day yet. So, what do you think of this theory? Any gaping holes I put in? Anything else you can think of? And, well then, God bless him, my battery's going low. I ain't so low, it's just falling all over the place.